Hello, everyone. I'm Dr. Renee Mehrra. Thank you so much for joining Zoom In with Renee. Today, we're going to be talking to my guest on women's health. And my guest today is Vaidya Vandana Baranwal, and she is the founder of AyurveDatri for Women's Wellness Solutions. She is the founder president of the Ayurveda Association of Ohio, and she has a bachelor's of Ayurvedic medicine and surgery from the Banaras Hindu University. Vaidya Vandana Baranwal was a professor of Ayurveda before she came to the United States. She's got over 30 years of Ayurvedic medicine experience. And today we're going to be talking to her about women's health. We're going to take different stages of women's life from puberty to menopause and beyond. Thank you so much, Vaidya Vandana Baranwal, for joining me today. And you have also published 2 books on women's health, Sri Roga Vimarsha and Prasuti Tantra Sandarshini. So tell us, we're talking about women's health, we're talking women's optimal health, her path to balance. We're talking of different stages of her life and how we can continue to stay healthy in all those stages using lifestyle modifications, dietary changes, proper sleep, physical activity, and Ayurvedic herbs. So share with us your insights drawn from Ayurveda for our viewers and how you personalize and simplify the Ayurvedic wisdom.
So thank you, Dr. Renee, for inviting me. Women health through Ayurveda is a passion and a journey for me. That's why I have founded AyurveDatri, Women Wellness Solutions, and I teach women how to stay healthy with Ayurveda. And when I say that, actually, this is Ayurvedic wisdom, that Ayurveda is protective and preventative in its approach. The diseases and medicines in Ayurvedic system comes second. So how we can protect our health is the first objective of Ayurveda. And this is the preventative aspect. And this can be achieved, what we call in Ayurveda, ahar and vihar. Ahar is simply the food that we eat. Ayurveda takes it one notch above, not just picking what we eat, but when we eat this food, how much, what time of the day is important, but it is also important how we feel when we are eating. Are we hungry when we are eating? These are the markers that Ayurveda focuses on. It is not just in the terms of what you are eating. Even how it is cooked and served and how it is eaten is taken into consideration. And the second aspect is about our lifestyle. So Ayurveda says it vihar or dincharya. So dincharya is our daily routine. What time we are waking up, how we are transitioning from sleep to wakefulness, and how we are starting our day. When we are in tune with the cycles of the day as it is in nature from sunrise to sunset, and when our activities are tuned to that, like the time of the day we are eating our main meal, lunch, it is noon time, then we live in balance with the external environment. And this modern science is now, in past 2 decades, have started recognizing it. And they say it is chronobiology. This is a new branch of science that is coming up, which Ayurveda has always taught us. And even you might know that in 2017, the Nobel Prize for medicine and physiology was given to the scientist who proved this chronobiology at molecular level. So the way to live is in harmony with the nature. And this is what women in today's life have moved away from. I have high school students, kind of teenagers, who are keeping late nights, being on their phone, talking to their friends, or doing homeworks, or just it is stress of the life that does not let them sleep well through the night. They wake up late, and many of the times, I have seen that this for the high schoolers, school starts early morning 7 a.m., and this is the time they are actually not fully awake also. They just get out of the bed. They do not have the time to relieve themselves of the natural urges. They do not take care of their body, brushing their teeth, going to the toilet, taking shower, eating breakfast. These are the things that our body needs as self-care to keep it healthy, to keep its physiology running in tune with the nature. And kids just run to the school. They just eat anything while on go. And this is at the root of not being healthy. There is lots of menstrual problems that we see in today's our going up population of the girls of this age. That actually breaks my heart. Girls are on hormonal pills from the very early age of their life. And one of the main reasons I see is moving away from the nature and not taking care of the self.
We're looking at puberty years, when your hormones are on the rise. It's a pitta time when we, because Ayurveda brings it to three doshas: vata, pitta, kapha. Vata is more air, pitta is more fire element, kapha is more water element. And this is the pitta element that's during these years. So how do you maintain good health besides the fact that you're talking about dinacharya or daily routine, which is getting up early, sleeping on time, eating the right foods on time, and not having stress while we are eating. So all these things factor in our lifestyle. So how do you balance these years as we grow older in adolescence?
So this is the very interesting thing that you mentioned, the pitta dominance. So this is natural dominance. Like in children, kapha is naturally dominant, and kapha is the energy of water and earth. And as the transition from childhood to adolescence happens, the natural dominance of pitta occurs. And this does not interfere with their natural prakriti or the doshas that are in their body. If they understand that just living with the nature can help them maintain the balance. This is natural dominance of pitta. The metabolism is naturally more dominant. They are changing from child to an adolescent. So it does not interfere and causes any problem if they just know how to take care of themselves. And this is in today's world, like I mentioned earlier, is not happening. So one of the ways of maintaining good health, good metabolism, and pass uneventfully through this transition of hormones is to live with nature. Again, eating healthy food. What is healthy food? Keeping away from the processed food, fast food. Cooked meals are the way to go. It is not important to think of like mostly what the children of this age are eating. Most of the children I see, they are eating from the packages. They just carry bottles that they drink from, or they just open the packet and eat. And this is actually the biggest culprit. They are not getting good nutrition. This processed food have chemicals as preservatives. This food have things added to it just to make it look pretty or to add flavors. Kids are moving away from natural food, eating food like grain, rice, wheat, oats, barley, and even millets or legumes, lentils, meat for proteins, or fresh vegetables, fruits. If they eat this food and maintain a lifestyle where they are waking up on the time, have time for self-care like going to the toilet in the morning, taking shower in the morning, eating lunch on time. Actually, these are the things that are going to help them pass uneventfully through the adolescent years also. We do not need anything else. But in today's life, when kids have moved away, it is not easy also to bring them back to this kind. It kind of sounds like an ideal way of life. People have so much moved away. Nobody wants at that age to carry food that their mom have cooked and open their box and eat out of that. They kind of, it's kind of peer pressure that they just want to eat what others are doing. So educating them about the harms of the processed food, educating them about the harms of the fast food is important. And if they are suffering from some problems, Ayurveda offers help in the form of spices, herbs, and herbal formulations. So some of the spices, like say fenugreek, it is very good for uterine health. It is called Garbhashay Vishodhan. Sesame seeds, they are called Garbhashay Vishodhan. Fenugreek seeds is not just only for uterine health, it is very good for breast health also. And they can be taken as spices in the food, or sesame seeds with jaggery can be made into bars that can be eaten with as snacks, or fenugreek seeds can be mixed with rice flour, to which some spices like salt and ginger powder or cumin powder can be added, and it can be added to their meals like in soup or in lentil soup, which kids can have, these girls of adolescent age can have, just to help their growing organs like uterus or breast. Other than that, if someone is suffering from problems, because children have so much moved away, sometimes only food, lifestyle, or just spices are not able to help them, then Ayurveda offers herbs or herbal formulations like Ashoka. Ashoka is a boon for women health. It is a gift of Ayurveda to for women as they are in their growing ages suffering from the women health problems. It helps regularize the menstrual cycle. It helps when they are suffering from excessive bleeding, because in adolescent age the organs are not yet mature. So first few months, or in some cases about a year or two, irregular menstruation is very common, which is simply a physiological phenomena. But these people who are suffering from this problem need help. So Ashoka, like just taking Ashoka churna powder with honey, or some formulations like Ashoka Rish is very effective. Shatavari is another herb that helps. It is just supportive, nourishing, cleansing for the uterus and its function. So herbs are many. According to the problems, it can be recommended.
Sesame seeds are also good for bone health.
It is very good for bone health.
Right.
And Shatavari also is considered as a rasayan. So
Yeah,
rasayanas
rejuvenating
act
herbs.
as dhatu level. So it is also very good for the bone health and supports the general well-being of the body. Like some girls who are very thin and not putting on weight. So Shatavari lehiyam given as a jam is very good for that.
So when we're looking at women's reproductive years, these herbs and dietary changes can really help, avoiding packaged processed foods or eating food from out of a box, picking fresh foods that are preservative free, and actually cooking every day, not eating leftovers all the time.
I would just want to talk about women of the fertile age group. Today's world, we see women are suffering two main problems. One is sexual health, where they actually do not have the desire, that mostly they come to me with the problem of low libido. They just do not find interest, or they do not find strength. And actually Ayurveda says that Ahar, Nidra, and Brahmacharya are three sub pillars to the life. The three pillars are Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. So while we focus on the food, while we focus on the sleep, one very aspect of our life that Ayurveda terms as Brahmacharya, which is nothing but sexual health, is sometimes somewhere getting ignored in hurry of life. So many stresses are there that people want to enjoy life, but they do not have this satisfaction. Somehow it has just become a physical intimacy where they do not find emotional support or the happiness or satisfaction in the heart, how that can be helped. So Ayurveda says that understanding the objective of life, who we are, what we are doing, helps us understand and nourish ourselves where sexual health is concerned. So, taking care of self with food, taking care of self with self care routine, like waking up on time is important. Waking up early is important because it supports healthy elimination. But this is also the time that gives women some time for self. If they wake up early and just save say 15 to 20-minute time as self-care routine, so doing gentle self body massage, which actually not helps nourish the body, strengthen the body, but it also is very much vata balancing, so it helps alleviate anxiety, brings calm, and in their heart they also have the satisfaction of that they are taking care of self. If they get some time to serve themselves some warm, simple breakfast and eat it peacefully and start their day, it helps them to feel nourished and have strength for the day. And it also makes them emotionally strong. Just it is a very small thing, but once they start doing day after day, they feel nourished, they feel calm, they feel strong. And this actually goes a long way, helping them improve not just their physical health, but more stable in their emotional health. And they make better choices. So it is very important it plays very important role in their sexual health also.
Right. So we're looking at the fertility years, a reproductive health, nourishing of reproductive tissues, and then moving on to the menopausal years and beyond. That's the time when the hormones get depleted.
Ayurveda, this is the phase that is signified by degeneration and decay. And this degeneration and decay, Ayurveda says that these are changes that cannot be resisted. But in Ayurveda, they have understood the science of aging. And one of the branches of Ayurveda is called Rasayan. That means the science of rejuvenation. And along with that, Ayurveda also offers Vajikaran, the science of reproductive rejuvenation, sexual rejuvenation. So when we understand these two sciences, we can actually help women live a better life. They can age, but staying young. Their organ health is it is not just supporting their organ health, but it delays the aging for them. Because we come across women that they are actually 40, but they are already noticing the sign and symptoms of menopause. And they suffer badly, not just low libido, dryness of vagina, burning micturition, frequent UTIs, and other problems of joint pain, weakness, loss of sleep, lots of anxiety. So for all these, Ayurveda says that when we focus on our everyday life, because this everyday routine, Ayurveda says, is Nitya Rasayan. It is daily rejuvenating us. It is Nitya Shodhan. It is cleansing. So again and again, I'm emphasizing that as a preventative aspect to protect our health. This daily routine is very important. And while women are transitioning from their adult life, active reproductive life, to menopausal phase, this is the transition from Pitta phase of life to Vata phase of life. They actually need a special care. Adding some Rasayan herbs like Guduchi, Madhuyashti. Madhuyashti has been proved by research that it helps in vaginal atrophy. So mostly this vaginal dryness,
we're talking of
which is a very
DGL.
common problem.
Are we looking at diglyceride licorice?
Yes, actually in America, when you look up at the licorice, you get this black cohosh or these candies.
Yes.
When Ayurveda says Madhuyashti, it is Glycyrrhiza glabra. It also goes by the name of licorice, but for the Ayurvedic herb to get its therapeutic value for the management of these problems, I would say that look up at this if it is Glycyrrhiza glabra or something else. So this Glycyrrhiza glabra has been proven by research that it helps in vaginal atrophy. And this vaginal atrophy is actually the culprit behind the vaginal dryness, which is also kind of precipitates dyspareunia. And when these herbs are added to their diet, because they are just like food that can be taken every day, like this madhyashti or guduchi or ashwagandha or the shatavari. So these are some of the herbs that can be taken. They should be taken only, of course, after consulting the doctor.
They should check with their PCP before they take any dietary supplements, just to be sure that there are no contraindications.
Yes, it is very important because they are very powerful herbs. And Ayurveda says that to get good result, our body should be able to digest and metabolize it. If we are just taking it mindlessly, that it is there because we see these goli and all, ashwagandha is so easily available and people add to their smoothies, it doesn't give them that kind of benefit as they are seeking for. They are powerful herbs. They should not be taken just like that. They should always be taken after consulting practitioners, and they have the potential to help and ease the menopausal discomfort.
What would you suggest for hot flashes and mood swings that happen during this time?
These are like two things. They can be together also. Sometimes I see that women who suffer from hot flashes, they do not have mood swings. It is just the hot flash that is bothering them. It is mostly associated with the night sweats also. They would say that they are getting up in the middle of the night and all drenched in the sweat, their bed will get wet and they are not able to sleep. So this problem has been very well addressed with shatavari. A combination of guduchi, ashwagandha, shatavari helps manage it very well. But here it is very important to assess the mind-body type of the person that we call prakriti. In Ayurveda, what herb should be given to a person is actually decided after assessing their balance state, that is prakriti, and state of imbalance, that is vikriti. What doshas are out of balance? If we help them bring those doshas back to balance with the lifestyle, with the food, with the other activities like yoga, meditation, some exercises, long walks. So they are actually very important in this phase of life. They help balance the energetics of the body. And when combined, only herbs will not give the optimal result. When it is combined with proper food, proper exercises, meditation, and mindful eating, then we see good result. And talking about the anxiety, so these emotional disorders actually very much depend on how they age. Women carry these things for a very long period of time. They have been suffering from these emotional upsets. They carry it from their middle life, and when they move into their years, it is highly individualistic thing, how they have been, what they carry with them when they are transitioning to postmenopausal phase. So at an individual level, I would say that this assessment is important, that how they have been. Every woman is different, so someone needs support just by counseling, talking to them. When they open up, when they are able to open their heart and talk, they find relief. Some women get relief just by physical work, good walking, yoga, or mindful meditation. But some women need the support of herbs. And there we have some of the wonderful herbs like Jatamansi, Brahmi, Shankapushpi, which in combination with Ashwagandha, Shatavari, good, amazing results. And because as we age, Ayurveda teaches us to slow down.
With the dominance of air elements, so you need to be more grounded and balanced, and have a more calm approach to life, especially during this time. It's so very important. Yoga, meditation, restful sleep, and just enjoy being in the moment.
What happens during this phase of life, many women lose their partners. They have the fear of losing their job. Kids grow up and leave the home. So these are various things that are happening in the life. If they will not learn to make changes in their life and adjust to that, they would be more miserable.
Right.
There is a feeling of loss that they are at the end of the life. So they need support not only with the herbs, lifestyle, and food, but such women actually need hand holding and counseling. So talking to them actually is very helpful.
Well, thank you so very much, Vaidya Vandana Baranwal. You give such great practical tips for women's health with dietary changes, lifestyle modifications, dietary supplements, because women's bodies are very powerful, they're complex, because there are hormonal changes that happen through all different stages in her life. And through each stage, we want to offer her optimal health for her well-being. And here you have given us such great insight is drawn from Ayurveda. Thank you.
Namaste, everyone.
Thank you. And I'm Dr. Renee Mehrra. Stay healthy, stay positive.